What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we're going to talk about Gambit and the future of this once beloved game mode. Over the last few years, Destiny has seen a number of changes, and while many areas of the game have seen vast improvements, Gambit has sat on the sidelines with no updates, no new maps, flat out nothing. And unless big changes are made soon, Gambit might become one of the biggest disappointments in Destiny 2. So today I want to talk about some of the current issues with Gambit and what possible changes could really improve and bring back the excitement of this game mode. And I'd really love to hear what you guys think could really improve Gambit, so be sure to let me know in the comments at the end of this video. Hopefully somebody at Bungie will hear us. Now, the first and probably most obvious quick fix to Gambit right now will be new maps, which will probably, or at least hopefully, be incorporated in the release of Witch Queen. But would a few new maps really make up for the lack of content over the last few years for Gambit? Odds are no. While it might provide some temporary excitement, new maps are not going to save Gambit. With the saturation of champions across the other game modes, it's safe to assume that champions could be an addition to Gambit at some point in the future, just to make it more challenging. But would that really make Gambit any more exciting, just having extra champions, extra enemies in it? For me, Gambit was most exciting when it had a higher level of challenge, and a level of competitiveness, which has been lost since the removal of Gambit Prime, which was released during Season of the Drifter along with the Reckoning. And while I'm not saying that the Gambit Prime mode would need to be resurrected and re-added back into Gambit, I just overall wasn't pleased with how Gambit Prime performed, more so because of the matchmaking. I feel like now, after the experiences that Bungie's been going through with freelance matchmaking and the crossplay, that a Gambit Prime-esque mode could do better now than it did then. So I do think there are aspects from that era that could be used to rejuvenate Gambit overall. For example, the Gambit Prime armor that offered unique perks to each of its armor sets. These armor sets vastly changed the way Gambit was played, and how Guardians would prepare their loadouts for matches. And while this armor has remained in the game, it's only purchasable through Xur, and its unique perks and abilities have been stripped. But this is where I feel we have an opportunity at saving Gambit. Over the last few years, mods have become as big a part of Destiny as ever before. And while we have mods for war mines, for wells, and even raids, we don't have any mods for Gambit. Not yet, at least. What if new mods were to be created that carried on those same unique perks offered with the original Gambit Prime armor? This would open the window for new armor builds and rejuvenate the interest towards Gambit and grinding out Gambit, as these could be earnable by competing and earning ranks through Gambit and the Drifter. Originally, there were 4 build types. You had Sentry, Reaper, Invader, and Collector, all 4 honing in on individual aspects of Gambit to create unique builds and experiences. So by adding these back into the game in the form of mods, Guardians would once again have a vested interest towards Gambit. But armor mods alone wouldn't be enough to fully bring this game mode back from the depths. And when I think back to what made the days of Gambit Prime so distinctive, it wasn't just about the Gambit Prime mode, but the Reckoning was also a contributor, along with the fact that the storyline was actively revolving around the Drifter and the Nine, which of course it should have been because it was the season of the Drifter. We also had the release of the Malfeasance hand cannon at this time, which gave extra incentive for Guardians to dedicate their time to Gambit. So where am I going with this? Outside of some new maps, possibly some new armor mods and champions, Gambit needs substance to survive. We need a reason to be excited over Gambit again. And what better means to be excited than to add in new exotics into the game that are rewarded through Gambit. New rewards overall, not just exotics, but new armor mods, and developing new story out of a character that we still know very little about in the Drifter. The 30th anniversary has given us a look further into the keyhole of the 9, and has been a prime example of how well Bungie can produce exceptional content. I'm sure I'm not the only Guardian that has been absolutely blown away with how good the new content has been. My only hope is that the same focus and attentiveness carries over to the other parts of the game as we approach the release of Witch Queen. And with that being said, the comparison between Dares of Eternity and Gambit is rather uncanny if you think about it. Both are games provided through the 9. The Drifter has access to be able to let us play Gambit because of the 9. And now Xur offers that same ability in a new fashion. So if a bridge were to be formed between Xur, the Drifter, and the 9 to further enhance our experiences through Gambit, I think it could be exactly what Guardians would want and hope for out of the future of Gambit. And with that being said, I would love to hear what you guys think could save Gambit and what you think the future of Gambit will be. Let me know in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to help support the channel by hitting the like button below along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated and help support the channel. Until next time, this has been Profane, wishing you some happy hunting.